Hey everybody, I am Shane. I'm here with Dallas Burrow.
What's going on, Shane?
I pronounced everything well there.
That's
Burrow.
yep,
I know
that's
how to
right.
say Dallas.
Yep, Burrow,
Burrow.
Burrow. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I'm good. I enjoyed the show tonight. It's the first time you've been here, right?
This is my first time. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, man. Yeah, I've been hearing about the Mucky Duck forever, and so to finally be able to come play here was a thrill for me.
Well, we'll do it again, hopefully in the near future.
Hope so.
So I usually start these off with the history of us and the artists, but I guess this has been the history of us and the artists. So we'll
Yeah.
talk a little bit about you. I know your last record was done by a good friend of ours, Bruce Robeson, correct? We
Yes,
overheard you
sir.
say?
Yeah, Bruce Robeson out there in Lockhart at his studio at the Bunker, and all recorded the 2-inch analog tape.
Okay.
The old school way of doing things, and it was awesome
Yeah,
getting to work with him.
we love Bruce.
Yeah, he's
He
great.
did this with me.
Did he?
Yeah, him and Kelly.
Cool, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're good people.
Yeah.
So this newest record, is it out for sale now?
It is. Yeah, it
Okay.
came out on July the 23rd, and it's available in all the places you find your music on all the streaming platforms.
Okay.
And I've got vinyl that should be
I was going to
ready.
ask if you pressed the vinyl.
Yep, it's in production right now, so
Okay.
it'll be ready by probably December.
Cool. So next time you come here, you'll have some
Hopefully, yeah.
vinyl. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into these questions I got for you. Ready for
Yeah, man.
this? All
Shoot.
right. What is the first record you purchased with your own hard-earned money?
Man, that's it's hard to say. But what I will say is the first record that really had a big impact on me was Willis Allen Ramsey's album.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's only got one.
that one. Yeah, yeah, man.
Everything was a hit on it. But
No, and that's to this day is one of my favorite albums.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
Willis has played here several times.
Cool,
so.
man. Yeah, I mean, it's just his songwriting is really near and dear to my heart. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So, what was your first concert?
First concert, Ben Harper
Oh, Ben Harper. That's a lot cooler than what most people say.
at the Backyard in Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the first one you went to, like you wanted to go to, or was that the first one like you kind of got taken
Yeah,
to?
me and my buddy and my dad and my uncle took us, and they kind of stayed on the sidelines, and me and my friend, we were probably 13 or 14 years old.
Oh, nice.
My buddy Mitchell, we grew up together, and yeah, we kind of shoved our way into the front of the crowd, and it was eye opening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine. I
Yeah.
love Ben Harper. So,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite, like, say, guilty pleasure song, or like a one-hit wonder, or
Oh man.
something kind of sticks in your head that's maybe not the
Oh.
like Mbop by Hanson is one I love. I, you know.
Oh man, it's funny. Well, just okay. The first thing that popped in my mind was and it's not that it's necessarily a guilty pleasure, but man, Casey Musgraves' new record,
Okay.
which is is definitely it's outside of my ordinary wheelhouse as far as but the production it's really kind of like got a pop sensibility about it, but
Right.
man, her voice is so cool and the writing is just kind of I think it's a cool record. I was listening to it last week. I was driving back from Lubbock. I was playing up there, and I dug it. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I haven't heard it yet, but I'll
Yeah.
check it out.
Starcross, man, it's good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So I usually ask this question. I'd ask this question to everybody too. It's did you ever have a moment where in time where you heard a riff, you saw something, lyric wise, did you get the girl that made you say, okay, I want to do this for the rest of my life, or is this sort of just around, or was it like an aha moment?
Yeah. No, there was the moment for me. I was at Green Hall, and I was probably 14 years old or so, and it was the Americana Music Jam that the radio station there 92.1 puts on, and it was the middle of the afternoon, and
Hot.
totally, and sweaty, and but Ray Wally Hubbard was playing, and he does a couple of songs. There, the Ballad of the Crimson Kings, and another one called Name Dropper, and there's just it's like Mambo John. There's just something so cool about the whole thing. I was like, oh man, this is what I want to do. I want to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray Wally's played here several times, and
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's Yeah, that's kind of a cool story, being in Green Hall and kind of a historic place.
Yeah, and I'm from New Braunfels, so that's
That's right.
yeah. So I mean, and Ray's kind of around the area, I think.
He's a Wimberley, I think.
Right. And so yeah, it was that's basically like in my backyard and kind of a hometown legend, and so it was that was definitely a formative moment for me.
Okay. Are you a unicorn?
Yeah.
So's Lance Berkman.
That's no, he was a cougar.
He was.
Yeah.
I didn't know New Braunfels had 2 high schools.
Yeah. Yep. That's funny, but so now, I went to New Braunfels High. It was in the New Braunfels School District from kinder through when I kind of ran away from home when I was like a junior, and I moved to Austin, and so I graduated from Austin McCallum, which had a fine arts program, and I got to study songwriting and classical guitar, and so
You ran away from home.
Yeah,
there's a whole long conversation we could probably have about that.
Yeah, just small town, and I was I was ready to get out, and so
change of scenery.
Right,
I got you
exactly.
So Sharon Osbourne calls you. She says we are going to do the Country Music Americana Ozfest, and her husband is the Prince of Darkness, and he can resurrect any musician. So living or dead, who is your band? You could pick any musician
for my band.
For your band.
Oh man. God, this is I gotta come up with some good answers here.
This would be your friends if you want.
Yeah.
Or you could just say, I want the Stones to back me.
Dude, okay, so there was a guy named Keith Carper, and Keith played upright bass for Hal Ketchum, and he passed away a few years ago, and I got to play with him a little bit, and man, so it'd be cool to bring Keith back.
Okay.
To play bass.
They could be living too.
Oh, anybody?
Yeah, anybody.
Sure.
But they can
shoot. I mean, man, you know what? I actually the band that I have is a pretty great band. A matter of fact, I mean, I would if I had to pick anybody, I'd just pick my own band.
I usually put the caveat that you can't pick your own band, but we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah.
You can take your own band.
Yeah, they're cool, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work. So, big question tonight. What are we quarantine watching? What are you Netflixing? What are you Huluing?
Oh, dude.
People need shows.
Man, you know what? Geez. I mean, probably a lot of the, common answers. We did Yellowstone.
Yeah, a lot of people are
a while
doing Yellowstone.
Back. That was great.
Yeah.
What was the other one? The Ozarks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That one got too intense for me.
It did. It does get pretty hairy.
Like when you're running a music venue right now, and then you go home, it's like I want to watch The Office. I can't deal with the Ozark.
I hear you.
It got too much for me.
And The Witcher actually is a cool one.
Oh, I think Ray the bartender was talking about The Witcher earlier.
Dude, The Witcher's it's I dug it. I've watched it. I think at the very beginning of the quarantine, and it had been long. Like I was kind of out of stuff to watch, and so it had been long enough, and I rewatched it. And it was it's
I played like the game years ago, but I never.
See, I never played the game.
Yeah, and it was complicated. But yeah, I started that and it stopped. But now that you remind me, that's one I got to get back to because
it's pretty good.
Enjoy that weird stuff. So
yeah.
All right, to end this, I got some either ors for you.
All right.
And just because you say you like one does not mean you dislike the other. You can pass. A lot of people pass.
Okay.
But it's up to you. First one's the universal: Beatles or Stones.
Stones.
Okay. Dolly or Aretha.
God, that's messed up.
Well, they're not supposed to be easy. I can't.
I mean,
I can't say Weird Al Yankovic or Prince. I guess I could. I'd pick Weird Al.
I don't know. Let's go Dolly.
Dolly. All right. Elvis or Sinatra.
Ooh, man, dude. That it's like that classic video where they're in tuxes and they're singing together.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. No, Elvis and Sinatra were?
Dude,
I've never seen that.
Just like you and I are sitting here, and I can't remember one of them's impersonating the other one, and it's this moment where like you can tell that Elvis has something going on that Frank is never gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Frank's just like cool, calm, and collected, got his mic, and Elvis is like coming unhinged, and it's like Frank's like getting introduced to a new species, dude.
I have not seen this.
Oh man, but
Google time.
I'll pick Frank.
Okay. We've had way more. I've had way more Franks, which just surprised me. Been
Man,
a lot of Franks.
I mean, I love, Elvis is iconic, and I mean, like, as far as what's that, like that Pulp Fiction thing, like, like you're either an Elvis man or you're a Beatles guy. I can't remember.
I can't remember on Pulp
Yeah,
Fiction.
yeah, but so I've at one time or another,
Like, I think Elvis is cool.
Elvis is cool, but as far as like
There's a but there.
the catalog, I mean, just as far as versus Frank, like the catalog of Frank's music is, it's so timeless, and it's stuff you can really like appreciate your whole life. I think. I mean, it's like there's a time and a place for Elvis, but Frank works, probably in a lot more situations.
Yeah.
Maybe. So anyway.
I got you there.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson or Johnny Cash?
God, dude.
Remember, you live in Texas. I'm actually a Johnny Cash guy.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I mean, again, man, been a Johnny Cash guy for a long time, but Willie.
Willie, all right.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson or Prince?
Prince.
Lady Gaga or Madonna?
Madonna.
Billie Eilish or Adele?
Billy.
Billie. I love Billie. I like both of them.
Yeah.
So John Prine or Bob Dylan?
Oh. I mean,
This is a new one. It's got named Freebo. Told me I should ask this question. I thought, you know what? I should ask this question.
that's a rowdy question.
Everybody's picked Dylan. I've done it 3 times, and it's all been Dylan.
I'll pick Prine just to be an oppositionist. But I heard some, like, it was either an interview with John or he was. Otherwise, I heard him quoted as saying where it was like, somebody's like, "You're better than Dylan," and he goes, "And I'm taller too."
It sounds like Prine.
So yeah.
All right.
I mean, I have the utmost respect for both of them, but there's something just kind of like simple and comforting about John Prine songs. That's like, Dylan gets so cerebral, and his brilliance can't be overstated. And as a historical figure, right. I mean, he probably I would say maybe is more significant than John Prine in some ways as far as that goes. But as far as just like, if I'm like feeling down and I just need to feel better, John Prine. Dude.
And John Prine kind of had, Dylan never had any humor in his songs. I can't think of one Dylan song that had a humorous side to it.
That is, I mean,
so there probably is one, but
sure. And I can't think of one. He would probably disagree. He'd probably say, no,
how'd you like that? It's pretty good, right?
He'd probably be, well, no, I mean, yeah, but no, right. As far as being, it's a difficult thing to be humorist in song and to have it still be sincere and not like schmaltzy or slapstick. So yeah, Prime pulled that off, man.
Todd Snyder does a good job. Oh, by the way, before we go any further, before I get to my last 2, the Mr. Mud, Mr. Gold is my favorite Town song. You nailed it. I just like the way you did it. I can't believe you remember all the words.
Thank you.
You know who Pat Byrne is? Irish guy out of Austin. He tries to do it, and he always forgets the words. And I was like, I watched you. I was like, is he gonna remember all these words? Cause so many words.
I thought it was great. That was mean spirited of me to say good. No, I've heard good things about Pat, dude. That song to me is, as far as, I mean, it's hard to find a better song than that. Just as far
I
as,
love it.
I mean, man, it's definitely one of the best songs ever written, and it took me probably 6 months to a year to learn it. I literally would sit and write the lyrics out by hand until I could do it without having to reference the original lyric sheet.
Right.
So I engraved it in my mind that way, and then it was funny because I sat around the house and attempted it for, like I said, months and months, and at some point I would lose my train of thought, and I can remember when I finally nailed it, and my fiance, like from across the house, was like, "You got it!" It was like, it was
because I don't have to hear it anymore.
And dude, and sometimes when you play it, I mean, it works in a room like this. Great.
Right.
Sometimes I'll play it someplace, and it just goes over people's head.
Yeah.
And it's like,
How brilliant it is.
oh, but man, I appreciate that.
I love that song. The first time I ever actually heard it, like, I'd always knew Towns. I know Towns is big stuff, but Justin Towns Earl did that song.
Yeah.
And I went back and pulled out my old quarter record. And it's like, it's on there. And I listened to that song for a week. So
Yep. Yeah, man. And I've heard that
Nailed it.
about Justin Townsend that it was like he did it as a party trick.
Oh, really?
Like he played, he played at parties just to kind of like wow people, and it was also kind of like a barometer to see like if he'd had too much or too many or whatever.
Well, I've been doing this for a year and a half, and I have all my 7 questions and the things I ask you still in front of me because it's like my security blanket. So
I hear you.
kudos to you guys for being able to do that. So I got 2 more for you that I'd like to ask the Americana folk country guys. Metallica or Sabbath?
Sabbath.
Soundgarden or Pearl Jam? Be careful how you answer this one.
I mean, God, I've already treaded on some dangerous territory with the answers I've given so far.
I'm kidding.
I mean, how could I alienate Dylan and Cash and
That's why I put the
Aretha?
That's why I put the caveat in the beginning because then
man.
people don't understand. I say it and I think they don't understand what they're getting into, and then everybody gets upset.
God,
So.
I don't know. I mean, that's a toss up for sure. But we'll go with Soundgarden. Respect the dead.
Good answer. Good answer. We can be friends. That's all I got for you.
Cool, man.
Thanks for sitting down with me. I appreciate it.
My pleasure,
Dallas
brother.
Burrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Oh.
Yep.